Welcome to the first official game dev video update. In this episode, I'll be showing you the first build of the current game I'm making. So without wasting any more time, let's see what's under development. So for those of you who don't know what a Breakout style game is, or if you hadn't played one, it's a game in which you the player, control a little paddle on the bottom of the screen, and you have to hit a little ball that's bouncing around the screen at these bricks that are usually above you. And the main focus is for you to hit the bricks, destroying them all, and continuing to get the highest score, and at its most basic level. What you don't want to do is you don't want to miss, first of all, because every time you miss, you usually lose a ball, and if you lose all your balls, it's game over. The first thing you'll notice in my build, actually, is that there are no bricks. Yeah, I didn't put them in yet, so the game really doesn't have much of a focus as, other Breakout games do. Basically, right now, all you're supposed to do is hit the paddle. That's what gives you points, and on the other side of that, it's really easy to do that. There's no difficulty whatsoever in my game. But that's okay, though, because this is only build 1. There's a lot more work that's going to go into this, including bricks, graphical updates, and different things like that. But enough of me talking about it. Let me actually show you. Alright, so here is build 1 of Breakout's Revenge, and as I said, there are no bricks. As you can see, the ball's moving around the room. I'm controlling this little guy down here. And all I have to do is hit the ball back up to score points. As you can see, the points are being scored on the right there. 10 points every time I hit the paddle. And that's all there is to it, to this game. There's really not much as far as difficulty. There are a few little glitches that I have to work out. One of them is, I don't know if it'll happen, but sometimes when the ball hits the paddle, it'll actually register the collision like that more than once, and actually if I clip it from the bottom like I just did, it'll go through the top, which I have to figure out how to fix that. I also want to make it so it bounces off the robot and not go exactly all the way through. Another little feature you can see on the video is my picture on the right on the little sidebar. That was a little feature I decided to add and get creative with. I kind of like it, and I hope to expand upon it a little bit more for future builds. Right now it's just me acting completely goofy. I'm really happy when I hit the ball, and if I lose the ball, I'm really, really mad, as you'll see in a few seconds. So we're getting bored, and there's not much to it. So let's say we decide to do really bad, and we decide to lose a life. Alright, so as you can see, I wasn't too happy about that, and we continue. Another life is docked from us, and we start doing the same exact thing. Another little glitch I found out, I don't know if I can do this here. Let's see. I have to get the, I think I can do it right here. Maybe not. You can actually get the ball into going into an infinite loop completely, and this might be exactly what I want here. Yep, it should do an infinite loop. Never mind. Whoa, lost. But anyway, yeah, this should do it does an infinite loop that you can just let the game sit there and play itself, which I have to figure out how to get rid of. I also want to tweak around my bouncing code, the code I use to determine which way the ball bounces and how fast it bounces. but I'm not going to get that technical right now. If you do, just ask me and I will. Other than that, once you lose all your lives, it tells you suck. That will change, obviously, and you click OK, and you get to the high score screen. You type in your name, and then you press enter or escape, and the game restarts. But that's pretty much all there is to it for right now. In the next build of the game, you can expect to see bricks, first of all. And you can also expect to see a little bit more difficulty added. I plan to have something to make the game harder as you go along. It can start easy, but if it stays easy through the whole thing, it'll get boring really quick. I also plan on making the game look a little nicer, just in general, either through updating the graphics, making the graphics look like they actually go together, different things like that. I also plan on making the sprites and the bricks, when they are in there, more dynamic. They'll move a little bit more, make it more pleasing to the eye. As far as what's coming beyond that, I plan on looking into designing levels for it, and adding power-ups, and actually maybe trying to incorporate some kind of storyline. But I have some ideas, and I don't want to reveal too much about it yet. You'll just have to wait and see. I'm really happy with how this build turned out, and it gives me a nice ground in which I can build upon. I'm really excited to see what I can come up with for future builds, and what this game will actually end up turning out to be once it's all finished, whenever that'll be. So until then, if you're watching on Facebook, feel free to leave a comment right down there. And if you're watching on YouTube, feel free to do the same, or you can subscribe as well. I won't complain. Also, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to ask me. I can address them in the next episode if you're unsure of how I did something, or want something else explained that I didn't really elaborate upon on this episode. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed watching the first episode, and I'll see you next time.